So the Senate just confirmed this guy by a narrow partisan vote. That's Brian Bedford, and he was confirmed to be the next administrator of the FAA, the one who will have top responsibility for safety in the skies. Now, he takes that job at a precarious time with American aviation. Many Americans are afraid to fly, particularly after that terrible crash over the Potomac River. But we've also seen problems in Newark, New Jersey, with radar going out.
3 radar scopes went black. They lost all the radios at approach.
We've seen other near misses at airports throughout the country. Is he the right guy for the job? And I think the answer, as someone who flies all the time, in fact, I just got off a plane again a few hours ago, the answer is unequivocally no. This is not the guy to be running the FAA at this very important moment. Indeed, I would say not at any time. This is a guy who is a regional airline head, CEO of Republic Airlines, who has lied about his possession of a commercial pilot license. He has claimed for years to be licensed as a commercial pilot. He is not. He was forced to admit during his confirmation proceedings that was a lie. But more than that, some very basic safety standards he would not commit to following. So for example, after the terrible 2009 Kogan air crash in Buffalo, New York, where the plane stalled and just fell out of the sky, killing 50 people, it has been a requirement of American pilots flying passenger jets that they have 1,500 hours, at least 1,500 hours of training in the air. Well, Mr. Bedford would not commit to honoring that requirement, and indeed, as a CEO of a regional airline, he petitioned to lower that to 750, essentially to cut it in half. So he potentially wants to cut in half the amount of training hours that a pilot has. In fact, here he is trying to deflect the question when asked by Senator Maria Cantwell.
What are you saying that you will do to recuse yourself from a 1,500-hour rule that you, as administrator, could initiate? So during your term, will you initiate such rule?
Thank you for the question, Senator Cantwell. I'm sure I'm going to get that question multiple times today, and I'm looking forward to actually clarifying the record on that. But I can tell you the President's vision right now and what we've discussed is the urgent need to modernize the air traffic control system, fix the FAA staffing shortages, and redesign the NAS for emerging technologies and innovation. So that will be my uncompromising focus.
I get that, and I appreciate that. But people are going to want to know, families who've lost loved ones because of the safety implementations that have taken place, they want to know whether you're going to lead any effort to change that rule while you're administrators.
We don't want pilots flying our commercial airlines or passenger airlines with fewer hours of training, especially now when our skies are more congested than ever and there are more challenges than ever. But beyond this, we also have the potential that he may not honor the requirement that there be 2 pilots in the cockpit. Some airlines, in an effort to cost cut, are pushing to change that to have only 1 pilot. Well, that doesn't make sense from a safety point of view either. One of Trump's first actions in office, indeed, was to fire all of the commissioners on a airline safety advisory committee. He didn't abolish the committee because it was established by Congress. He just fired everybody on it. So there's nobody on that committee to make any more recommendations. So this is the picture of flight in America right now, which I tell you, as a frequent flyer myself, doesn't give me much confidence. It shouldn't give you much confidence. It certainly didn't give Sully Sullenberger, the hero of the landing on the Hudson, much confidence. Indeed, he said that this guy's confirmation just might undo all of the work he's done in his career. So if this guy's not good enough for Sully Sullenberger, he's not good enough for me. Here's what I think a true aviation security expert looks like.
Can we get serious now?
Captain?
We've all heard about the computer simulations, and now we are watching actual sims, but I can't quite believe you still have not taken into account the human factor.
Human-piloted simulations show that you could make it back to the airport.
No, they don't. These pilots were not behaving like human beings, like people who are experiencing this for the first time.
Well, they may not be reacting like you did.
Immediately after the bird strike, they are turning back for the airport, just as in the computer sims, correct?
That is correct.
They obviously knew the turn and exactly what heading to fly. They did not run a check. They did not switch on the APU.
They had all the same parameters that you faced.
No one warned us. No one said you are going to lose both engines at a lower altitude than any jet in history. But be cool. Just make a left turn for LaGuardia like you're going back to pick up the milk. This was dual engine loss at 2,800 feet, followed by an immediate water landing with 155 souls on board. No one has ever trained for an incident like that. No one. And the Teterboro landing, with its unrealistic bank angle, we were not the Thunderbirds up there. I'd like to know how many times the pilot practiced that maneuver before he actually pulled it off. I'm not questioning the pilots. They're good pilots. But they've clearly been instructed to head for the airport immediately after the bird strike. You've allowed no time for analysis or decision-making. In these simulations, you take in all of the humanity out of the cockpit. How much time did the pilots spend planning for this event, for these simulations? You are looking for human error. Then make it human.
This wasn't a video game. It was life and death. Sully's right, that's worth a few seconds.
Please ask how many practice runs they had.
17. The pilot who landed at Teterboro had 17 practice attempts before the simulation we just witnessed.
The reaction decision time will be set at 35 seconds.
35 seconds, not enough time.
We only had 208 seconds total, so I'll take it.
Upload the link.